Doing a little work to the Trans Am today. I just put the transmission back in and everything's done except for the transmission lines and the vacuum line. But before I finish up the transmission lines, I wanted to fit something in here. Later on in '73, they started adding coolant overflow bottles to these cars. I was able to find one, got a repop bottle. I'm gonna try to get it in there. I don't know if it's gonna fit in there with this transmission line though. So we're gonna put this together and see what happens. I'm doing this because I don't really want air in my cooling system. I want coolant in the cooling system. And adding overflow bottle will hopefully purge some of that air out of there.
This must go to there, huh?
Yeah. It's a tight fit. I guess it wasn't that bad.
I think you could check out of there if you wanted to. I think you could just click that loose.
Looks like she bolts in there in the back.
Well, you probably want it like this, don't you? That's how the weight's going to be, right?
Yep, probably all the way down.
Maybe we should have taken it after.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is it? I think your line might be okay. It looks like it's clear.
Boy, I think it's just barely touching. I think I'm gonna go in there and just try to muscle it so it's clear of the bottle completely.
Maybe just on the bottom a little, huh?
Yeah, just on that first bend, I think. Our trans lines are back in. And I got plenty of clearance on that line out of that radiator. I just had to tweak it down a little bit. So nothing's rubbing there. It's in. I had to use a little bit longer body bolts. I'll paint those later. I'm thinking I'm supposed to route this hose through here. And that relief port on the radiator is pointed the wrong direction. And plus it's a different size. So I'm going to guess that this is not the correct radiator for this car. I think I do have a radiator somewhere else. I'll take a look to see if that port is pointed in a different direction. So I took a look at my spare radiator, and it's actually out of the '72 Firebird, the original, and that one does point up this direction. But this car wasn't set up with this overflow bottle, I don't think, from the factory. So maybe it is the original, I don't know. I probably should have took a better look at it when I had it out. I'll look for something, try and get something to work here for the time being. We got it plumbed in, had to use a reducer, not the prettiest thing, but at least it'll work. I'll have to look at trying to find a correct radiator for this car. So we got our wheel well extensions here. I was able to find an original type one, and I got a repop one. Actually, the repop seems to be shaped pretty well. A little bit of pitting on this one, but not bad. Looks like about 40 thousandths. About 40 thousandths. But we're going to pop the front wheels off and we'll try to fit them in there. I also got 2 hardware sets from Ames specifically for these extensions. And we'll screw it in and see how it works. And at a later date, all the stuff's going to be painted. All the clips are still in here. And there's one bolt that is like a dual purpose bolt. Our hardware kit's threading into the original clips just fine. So I'm going to use the original clips and that original bolt to try to keep as much original type hardware on the car as possible. Got the plastic razor blade out here. See if she all springs apart when we take that bolt out there. Got my hand model here so I can bring you the best video footage.
It's just going to flatten to the...
Yeah, I'm thinking just crank it down and it is what it is. It's like clicking into place. Well, the reproduction piece fit perfectly. We're going to grab a screw for this wheel flare up here. Looks like it's missing one while we're in here. We're onto the driver's side here. That bottom was actually missing the bolt. Here's the driver's side. The piece is in there minus the corner bolt here that actually holds the fender to the core support. It wasn't really lining up very well. This car is going to need a lot of fitment when it gets the paint job. Since we're doing bottles, we're going to add a washer bottle to the car. And I got a repop bracket and bottle and the screw kit. But the holes in the fender are just too big. I don't know if they got opened up or there's supposed to be a clip on that bracket. We're just going to use a couple clips and run some bolts through from the back for the time being to get the bottle in the car. I'll have to do some further research to see exactly how that is supposed to be positioned in there. Here's the washer bottle installed. I guess it looks better with it than without.
Yeah, but you don't have to fill it out though, do you? It won't, but there's no filter on it or nothing, you know?
Nope. But this one here has a fancy filter on the bottom.
Yeah, but you can just open it from that far, can't you?
Yeah, we'll be able to fill it like that. It'll look nice with some nice blue fluid over there and some green stuff over here. A little color contrast. I got a couple pieces here that go on the top valve cover bolts to hold the wire loom. Toss them in, and it turns out that Pontiac didn't have much of a wire loom separator from the factory, so I'm probably going to go a different direction with that when I make some wires for it. So we got those pieces in there. The harness is really locked in. Not sure if I have them in there the right way, but good enough for now. Use zip ties there. I have original type straps, but I think I'm just going to save them because I know for sure that this harness is coming back out. We're pretty much wrapped up on our miniature projects for the day. When I do the dash, the switch is broke inside, so I got a new switch. Actually, new used switch, because I couldn't find this reproduction. We'll test the washer pump out and whatnot, but that's it for today. Thanks for watching.